are all fine, well and good in your home. I hope that by watching my previous videos you will understand the transmission media, transmission modes and types of network, that is LAN, MAN, WAN. So now today we are going to see some more important topics on computer networks. So that is ISO layer model or OSI layer model. So let us begin. So before going to start our topic, I will share you some important points. Suppose if your two friends are communicating with each other, how they are communicated, how the information will be shared. In olden days, what we are going to do, so we are sending a messages through a postal card, that is from one person to another person, where the destination the postal card should have to reach. Okay, so assume that if there were no post office, how you are going to communicate. So how you are going to communicate, in what are all the methods they are going to communicate. So I will show an example. So suppose if your two friends who are communicating through a post mail, that is postal mail, the process of sending and receiving a letter would be more complex if there were no services of post office, sending and receiving a letter. So a person, he or she, will be writing a letter and drop the letter on the mailbox. The postman will carry out the letter from the mailbox and transfer to a postal department. The postal department will process all the work and carry it out and transfer to the um, transport department. The transport department will transfer your postcard, or maybe delivered your postcard to the destination post office. From the destination post office, the postman will deliver the card or the postcard to a receiver person. The receiver will pick up and remove the envelope and read the messages. Similarly, here the process of two systems will takes place. So one is sender, another one is receiver. So initially the OSI layer model was established in the year of 1947, so which is standardized by ISO, that is International Standard Organizations, which was further introduced in the late 1970. So here are the basic 7 layer OSI layer models of each system, starting from first layer, that is physical layer, which is located at lower end of the model, 7 layer model. So second layer is data link layer, and third layer is network layer, fourth one is transport layer, fifth layer is session layer, so sixth layer is presentation layer, and seventh layer is application layer. So I will show an example and how these layer will function one by one. Okay, so here are the two devices are connected through a network. Okay, device A is connected with device B. So each communication device should process all the 7 layers to share the information between one system to another system. So here the first four interfaces, that is application layer, presentation layer, session layer and transport layer, these 4 layers are peer-to-peer communication, that is host-to-host communication. So and the remaining 3 layers, that is the network layer, data link layer and physical layer, are the physical communication layers. Okay, so I will show you how these layers are processed. Okay, so right, so here initially d7, d6, d5, d4, these are all the datas. So this is our header path. So header path h7, h6, h5, h4, h3, h2, h2 are the header path. So these header path along with your data. So keep in mind students, each data consists of header path as well as trailer path. So this header path contains your source address and the remaining part is your data. So similarly for each and every data or each and every packet we have a header path along with your data, header path along with your data. This header path contains your source machine address. So and this part, that is the trailer path contains your destination address, here containing your source address, here containing your destination address. So when you transfer a data or information from source machine to destination machine, so each layer performs one task and transferred to the next layer. And similarly, when a message reaches to its physical medium, that is here the process will, the data or information will be transferred through a physical medium, that is a cable, that is transmission cable. Okay, either it may be a twisted pair cable, or it may be a coaxial cable, or it may be a fiber optics cable. So once the data is transferred and received on the destination machine, it will perform the similar process in reverse manner. Okay, I will show you. So here are the example of 7-layer models. So starting from application layer, this layer is communicate with the human interactions. Okay, here are the human will interact your system, that is what data have to send from one system to another systems, where the data has to be located, what protocol should perform these layers. So this layer will perform human interaction where application can access along with the network interfaces. So second layer, that is the presentation layer, it ensures that the data is usable format. Okay, of course a data should be in usable form. When we transform from source machine to destination machine, the destination user should receive the actual data form which will which what we have transferred in a source machine. Okay, so next fifth layer is session layer. It maintains the connection stable until the data should reach from source to destination. It maintains a connection, that is connection establishment, connection termination, and connection request, response, and termination. Here the session layer will be responsible for all the three types of communications. Okay, the next transport layer. So here are the transporter. Here is the transport layer is responsible for end-to-end delivery of data, that is end-to-end transmission. Is the most important layer for a data transmission from source to destination, that is transmit data using transmission protocol using TCP or UDP, that is transmission control protocol or user datagram protocol. Okay, next network layer decides which physical part data will have to take. Suppose if we have more than one parts, how the data has to be taken into its destinations. So which is the shortest path, which is the minimum required time to transfer data from source to destination, right? Okay, so data layer here, yeah, it checks the error detection and correction in this layer. Okay, defines the format of data on the networks. So I will show you how those data will be error detections and checks, and what are all the format of data on the network. Okay, then finally we have a physical layer. This layer is responsible for raw data bits transmission, okay, over a physical medium, raw data bit transmission over a physical medium. So this is the topmost layer, which is application layer. This layer is responsible for human interaction with the software. That is, it enables the users or the softwares to access the network. Okay, so this is where the user application sits that needs to transfer the data between one system to another system. For example, a user uses HTTP web browsers, where a browser can access different host or network resources. Okay, similarly a user download videos from YouTube, so they use FTP protocol, that is file transmission protocols. So this layer is mainly responsible for user interaction with the network resources. Okay, right. Layer is presentation layer. This presentation layer is mainly responsible for data compression, data encryption, and data conversions. If you see here, data received from application layer is going to be encrypted, which is not readable by user. Okay, once after encryption, it is going to compress the data, which is reduce in size. So the actual data is going to be reduced here. Okay, so then next it will transfer to the translation, that is the data conversion takes place here, so which will convert it into network related form. Okay, so the next layer, that is the fifth layer, is a session layer. So this session layer manages and synchronize the data conversion between two different applications. Okay, so that is two different systems. Here a data is going to be here a connection is going to be establishes between two end devices, that is the sender is requesting to the end user, that is the destination machine. Similarly the destination machine will respond depending upon the sender request. Once sender and receiver request and respond successfully, a connection is going to be established between two end devices until a data has been completed from the sender to receiver. Okay, so then next, that is the fourth layer, transport layer. So this is the most important layer for data transmission, that is end to end delivery. So a transport layer decides if the data transmission should be on parallel path or a single path. So that is when a data is going to be transmitted from sender to receiver, similarly from the receiver to sender, or vice versa, or maybe a single path or maybe a parallel path. Okay, a transport layer is mainly responsible for data transmission from sender or maybe receiver to sender. Okay, so here if you see the segmentation, that is your data will is going to be transmitted through a transport devices and reassembly the actual data. So the transport layer builds on a network layer to provide data transport from a process or a source machine to a process to a destination machine. So suppose if we have two systems which are connected, a transport layer is responsible for data transmission from source machine to destination machine. Okay, right. The next layer is third layer, that is the third layer, network layer. This layer is mainly responsible for converting of actual data, that is the actual data into packets or maybe a number of frames or maybe a segments. Dear friends, as I told you, collection of informations we are seeing as a single packet, collection of packets we are seeing as a single frame, collection of frames we are seeing as a one segment. So if you see here the number of packets, that is number of packets, a network layer is divided into number of packets. After receiving from the transport layer, it again packet reassembly into a original form, that is this layer is responsible for dividing the packet and reassembling the packets into original one. Okay, it also manages the network traffic. So it also, that is the network layer also decides which is the correct route to travel your data on time, which is the shortest path to travel your data from source machine to destination machine on time. Okay, so right, the next layer, that is the second layer. So second layer is data link layer. This layer synchronizes the information which is to be transmitted over the physical layer. So this layer is mainly responsible for error detection and correction or maybe retransmission of error packets or frames. Okay, so during transmission, in most cases when we are transferring a data from source machine to destination machine, there may be a chances of errors due to physical path, due to some frequency disturbances, or maybe due to some noise. There may be a most chances of error, error in your actual data. So this layer is responsible for error detection as well as corrections. Okay, the main function of this layer is to make sure data transfer error free transmission from one node to another. Okay, this layer sends and expects acknowledgement, right? So this is the most important point. Whenever your data is going to be transmitted from source to destination machine, the source machine will expected an acknowledgement from the receiver machine after successfully received the package. Okay, when an error is when an error is received from sender, the receiver sends back a negative acknowledgement to the sender. The sender will accept the negative acknowledgement and send back the original data again until the original message received successfully on the destination machine. Okay, right. So the next layer is physical layer. This physical layer, that is the lowest layer of the OSI model, it maintains, activates and deactivates the physical connection. It is responsible for transmission of raw bit stream, that is zeros and ones. As we know that a computer will understand only raw bit stream, that is zeros and ones, that is digital data, zeros and ones. So this layer is responsible for raw data transmission over a physical medium. It converts analog data into a digital form and digital data into an analog form using electrical and optical signals. Okay, so here you will see both ends of the data. We have used chooses a physical medium, physical cable. So within the physical cable, a raw bit stream is transmitted from source to destination. So some of the key points to remember the function of 7 layers. As I already told you, an application layer is responsible for interact with network resources. For example, a user can interact with web browsers, or maybe directory access, or maybe remote host, etc. The next, presentation layer. This layer is responsible for compression of your data, encryption of your data, and translation of your data which is not readable form. Okay, next, the session layer. This session layer is mainly responsible for creating a session between two systems, or manages the session between two systems, or terminate the session between two systems. Next, transport layer. A transport layer is responsible for reliable delivery of data, that is end-to-end delivery in a reliable manner. Okay, that is error free manner of your data, right? The next, network layer. This layer is responsible for source to destination of your packets, that is it provides or manages the packets from source to destinations. Okay, the next, data link layer. This layer is responsible for error free transmission of your data, that is it organizes the bits into frames and provides node to node delivery. Okay, so right, in case of error occur, this data link layer is help to retransmit the error packets. Okay, right. Next, physical layer. This physical layer manages the bits over a transmission medium. Okay, so as we know that our computer accepts only a binary form, that is zeros and ones. This layer is mainly help to convert the data into a bit stream over a physical medium, right? Next, so here is another example of how a data is going to be converted into a raw bit stream, and again from raw bit stream converted into a physical form. In a first system, here is the first system. A user sends a packets to the destination machine. So initially a data which is interact with application layer, from application layer it is transferred to presentation layer, where a presentation layer compress your data, encrypt your data and translate your data and transfer to session layer. This session layer creates session between source to destination packets. That is, it creates session, manages session and terminates session after successfully received data from source to destination. Okay, right. Transport layer, this transport layer is responsible for end-to-end delivery, as I already told you. So a transport layer is responsible for reliable transmission from source to destination. Next, network layer, here your data is going to be converted into packets, frames. So it also responsible for source to destination, that is, it has to choose the correct source to destination addresses. Here your original data is going to be added along with your source address, destination address. Okay, next, a data link layer, this layer is responsible for error free transmission. That means if your data is getting error during transmission, a data link layer is responsible for retransmission of packets, error packets, or retransmission of frames during transmission. Okay, right. The last one, physical layer, this layer is responsible for converting of your packets or frames into a physical raw bit stream and transmitted through a physical bit stream. Here again your process will take place in reverse order. So if you see here, students, the packet is converted into frames, and then the physical medium converted the bit stream and transmitted over a physical medium. Here your raw bit streaming converted into frames and packets and transferred to decapsulation their frames and transport layer and receive the data. That's all. So I hope that you understand, the students. If you have any doubts, please comment on YouTube. Thank you.